There is a place on this planet where sunlight has never reached. Not once. Not in 4 billion years. It begins roughly 1,000 meters below the surface, a threshold scientists call the midnight zone. Below that line there is no light, no color, no reference point, no up or down your mind can hold on to. The pressure at those depths is not a number you can imagine. It is the weight of an entire ocean, pressing in from every direction at once. Most life looked at this place and made a reasonable evolutionary decision. No. But one animal looked at the midnight zone and saw something different. It saw a hunting ground. Welcome back to Onyx Wild. Last time we broke down how the gray wolf weaponized sound to make prey collapse from the inside, before a single tooth touched flesh. Today we go deeper, much deeper. Today we talk about an animal that took sound as a weapon and carried it to an obscene extreme. An animal that, in total darkness, evolved a system that doesn't just find its prey, it kills it with noise alone. This is the sperm whale, and this is how it hunts. Let's start with the hardware, because before you can understand what the sperm whale does, you have to understand what it is. Physeter macrocephalus, the largest toothed predator in the history of life on Earth. Adult males reach 18 meters, 57 metric tons, the weight of 8 African elephants, stacked, balanced, and told to hunt. 1/3 of that entire mass, 1/3 of its total length, is its head. Not its brain, not its jaw, its head. And inside that head is not muscle, not bone. Inside that head is a machine. This is the machinery, every component built by evolution for one purpose. The spermaceti organ, a 5-meter barrel of waxy acoustic fluid filling most of the skull. 18th century whalers cracked open the skull, saw the pale fluid, and named it after human semen. Science is often undignified. For 2 centuries, biologists assumed it was buoyancy control. That assumption failed to ask the right question. Why would an animal dedicate 1/3 of its body mass to buoyancy? It wouldn't. That's not what this is. At the very tip of the snout, a small structure, the phonic lips, 2 rubbery pneumatic flaps. The French anatomists called it the monkey's muzzle. Pressurized air is forced across the lips at high velocity. They snap, they click, and that click is the beginning of something extraordinary. The click doesn't travel outward into the ocean, not yet. It travels backward. It strikes an air-filled sac at the back of the skull, a biological parabolic reflector, like the curved dish of a military radar array. Then forward, through the junk, a stack of oil and connective tissue lenses focusing the wave, like a telephoto lens made of flesh. And then it exits, through the forehead, into the ocean, as a beam, not a sound, a beam. A perfectly aimed, acoustically focused column of pressure, shaped by evolution, fired by intent. The sperm whale's head is a phased array acoustic transducer, a biological sound cannon that sonar engineers still cannot fully replicate. And now, the number. This is not metaphor, not dramatization. This is peer-reviewed acoustic physics. A sperm whale's click, at the source, measured 230 decibels. For context, human conversation, 60 decibels. Jet engine close range, 140. The threshold of instant eardrum rupture, 160. A rifle shot at the muzzle, 170. Krakatoa, the greatest natural explosion in recorded history, 180. The sperm whale click, 230. Louder than Krakatoa, louder than naval artillery. The decibel scale is logarithmic. Every 10 decibels is not 10 times louder. It is 10 times 10, a tenfold increase in acoustic energy. It is, without qualification, the loudest biological sound ever produced by any known animal in the history of life on this planet. At close range, that click carries enough energy to cavitate tissue. Vacuum bubbles form inside living cells and collapse, tearing them apart from the inside. The same physics that pits ship propellers. The same physics that powers industrial ultrasonic cutting machines. Inside your body, from sound. Let that sit for a moment. Now let's watch it hunt. An adult sperm whale, North Atlantic, 70 kilometers from the nearest coast. It has been at the surface for an hour, breathing, saturating blood and muscle. This is not grazing. This is a system running pre-dive checks. Then it descends, body angled 45 degrees, and it simply goes. Past the sunlit zone, past the twilight zone, where the last photons of surface light scatter and die. Into the mesopelagic, where bioluminescent creatures flash and pulse in the dark, like living distress signals. And then past even that, into the midnight zone, into the absolute. Its eyes, beautiful, complex, are useless. Sealed shut or wide open, it makes no difference. There is nothing to see. So it stops seeing, and it starts listening. It begins clicking. These are not weapon-grade pulses. Not yet. These are search clicks. Each click travels at 1,500 meters per second, 4 times faster than sound and air. The click hits an object. It bounces back. The whale's jaw, hollow, oil-filled, picks up the echo. From the timing, from the frequency shift, from the pattern, hard body versus soft tissue, it builds a 3-dimensional acoustic map. Not an impression, a map. And somewhere on that map, there is movement. The target is a colossal squid. Not a giant squid, a colossal squid. Mesonychoteuthis hamiltoni, 14 meters, eyes 30 centimeters across, the largest in the animal kingdom. 8 arms lined with rotating hooks, 2 tentacles ending in clubs that could flay a forearm to the bone. It is not a fragile creature, by any biological standard. It is a monster. The sperm whale targets it anyway, and now, the click pattern changes. Bioacousticians call this the creak, the terminal targeting phase. The clicks accelerate so rapidly they merge into a continuous buzzing tone, like a living ranging computer locking a firing solution. The whale is no longer searching. It has found. It is calculating, adjusting, closing. Then, at close range, something shifts. The scanning clicks stop. What comes next is not a scan, it is an output. A directional shockwave, delivered at point-blank range, with the full output of the most powerful biological sound system on Earth. The pressure wave hits the squid's fluid-filled body cavities. Cavitation, microscopic vacuum bubbles tear through cellular structure. Its neuromuscular system, the thing that controls those razor arms, shuts down. It cannot fight, it cannot flee, it cannot grab. It is, for all functional purposes, switched off. And the whale, 17 meters of focused predator, closes the remaining distance, with calm, terrible efficiency. No chase, no struggle worth mentioning, no contest, just physics. It will surface to breathe, it will prepare to go back down, it will always go back down. I want to talk about darkness, not as metaphor, not yet, as a literal operational condition. The sperm whale does not tolerate darkness. It has so thoroughly adapted that light has become irrelevant to its survival. Vision, the sense most complex animals optimize their entire nervous systems around, is simply not in its operational equation. The whale replaced it with something better, something it generates itself. And I think that is the first lesson here. Most of us wait for the right conditions. Enough information, enough clarity, enough light. The sperm whale did not wait for better conditions, it built better senses. It did not bring a lamp, it built a system entirely native to the environment its prey was trying to hide in. The squid's giant eyes, 30-centimeter biological lenses, are extraordinary technology, optimized to detect bioluminescent flashes in the deep. And they are completely useless against a predator that produces no light, only sound. The colossal squid's greatest sensory asset becomes a liability. The whale exploited that gap and built an entirely new category of attack.
That is not just
biology. That is strategy. There is a second lesson here, and it is harder to sit with. The sperm whale is the loudest creature on Earth, and yet, in the midnight zone, it is effectively invisible. Because sound at those depths behaves in counterintuitive ways. The clicks are directional, focused. The beam spreads forward, not outward. Behind the whale, quiet. Beside it, quiet. The energy is committed forward, along the hunting axis. The whale's output is concentrated, not scattered, not announcing itself to the entire ocean, aimed, specific, intentional. The same system that makes it the most powerful acoustic predator on the planet makes it paradoxically more precise than loud. Maximum output, minimum broadcast footprint, total commitment along a single vector. Power focused is power multiplied. Noise scattered is noise wasted. The whale is not just a loud animal. The whale is a disciplined animal. Every joule of its considerable energy directed toward a single target, in a single direction, at the precise moment of maximum utility.
And that is maybe the deepest takeaway this animal offers. Not just that you can operate in darkness, but that when you operate in darkness, waste nothing. Every click, every joule, every breath held for the dive, every resource must go forward, must be aimed, must count. Because in the midnight zone, you only get so many dives. It tips forward. The flukes rise, impossibly large, barnacled, ancient. And it slips beneath, without a splash, gone. The ocean closes over, as though the animal was never there. The wolf uses sound to collapse a prey animal's psychology before the hunt begins. The sperm whale uses sound to collapse a prey animal's nervous system before the hunt ends. 2 applications, 1 principle. Sound, directed, controlled, precisely deployed, is among the most lethal forces in the known natural world. We break down the tactics of apex predators because these animals operate with a ruthless, systems-level efficiency most of us never achieve. They don't have the option of being sloppy. The midnight zone doesn't grade on a curve. Subscribe, share this with someone who still thinks they need better conditions before they make their move. And leave a comment. What creature do you want us to break down next? One more thing. We've shown you predators in forests and abysses. Next time, we go smaller, much smaller. And it gets worse. An animal smaller than your fist, with a striking appendage that accelerates at the speed of a bullet in under 3 milliseconds. Fast enough that the water around it doesn't just move, it boils. The cavitation bubble reaches temperatures comparable to the surface of the sun. It doesn't need teeth, it doesn't need venom, it has a fist. And the physics of that fist will make the sperm whale look restrained. The mantis shrimp, next time on Onyx Wild.